Hello and welcome. So in this lesson, we'll be learning how to use the effect tools in CorelDRAW. Come over to this place, so you see it here. So let me detach them, bring it out. Yes, and we have it. The first one is the sword shadow tool. Look at it, apply shadows behind or inside objects. So just click and drag and you have it here. You can make it closer to the object like this. You can increase the opacity or decrease it like this. And when you come to this property bar, you have the preset to top right, set it at the bottom right like this, even like this, and it will change. Just click select anyone, it will change to the other side. Okay, so when you have to save, so after maybe you like this one, you can just save it, and whenever you come to this place, you find it beneath the last one here, and you can also delete it. You can decide to bring this shadow to inner shadow. It should be inside instead of outside the object. Okay, you can decide to place it within an object instead of being outside. You can decide to bring it inside an object. You can decide to bring it inside an object. And here you can also change the color of the shadow. You can see you can change the color of the shadow to any other color. And here you can change the effect to multiply. We'll learn about this merge mode later when we get to transparency tools. So this one now, our the what shadow opacity, so which is you can also achieve the same thing even on this place to make it hide or reveal better. And we have the shadow feathering. You can bring out the slider, click on this to bring out the slider, and you can drag it, and you can increase the feathering effect. You can see it becoming blur. So feathering, you can change the direction. Okay, inside, middle, outside, Gaussian below, outside also. So just try it, other you can clear the shadow here, everything will disappear. But let me just undo. So let me just undo one on shadow tool. The same thing. Okay, no, it doesn't make sense for you to apply this kind of shadow. Just a bit is okay, just small like this is okay. So you can, and this object now, let me remove the object and the outline and see. So you can see the object like this. You can also apply the same thing to this. Just click and drag. Yes, and you have it here. You can change you can increase the opacity, decrease it, and even go further to change the color to any other color of your choice. The same thing apply to this. Okay, and you can also take it inside. You can see you take it what inside instead of what outside. You can take it inside to have the inner shadow. Okay, let me undo. So you can also, and you can break a shadow apart. Let me take this thing outside. Like let's set this thing to this one, yes. And let's just, okay, so I can break this shadow apart from this object now. So if whenever I want to do that now, if I click on this and go to objects, I will not have that option here. So but I will click on the shadow instead and go to objects, break shadow apart, and you are done. So you can move this one separately. You can see they are no longer together. So you can apply the same thing to your text. Then just click on the shadow tool, click and drag, and you have the shadow effect on the text as well. So this one is not something very complex. Okay, we'll move to the next one. So this one now, apply series of concentric shapes that radiate into out of an object. That is, if you have a objects with common centers like that, you can just create shapes around the center. For example, now let's select this one, then select the contour tool, and with this now, you can click and drag inside. That is inward, and you have a one step like this with this, so you can see one step, so you can increase it to 2. So you cannot go beyond 2 because the distance between the spacing between them is wide. So for us to be able to increase it, it means that at the properties bar we have to decrease this spacing. You just have to decrease it. You can now see the object. You can now increase the number of steps. Okay, but when it gets to where you can no longer increase it, you can just check out this one outside contour. When you switch it to outside, so instead of from this is the original shape, this one now, so instead of it going inward, it's constantly coming outward. So you can increase it now since it's going outward now. So you can see, and you can change the color of the outline. This black, you can change it to something like red or something like this one, and as well as the fill color. So let's try this one out. Okay, so you can see, and select any other color and it's going to work just fine like that. And you can also give it a fill. You can see, so that is it on this one. So you can see the kind of objects that you can create with this one. The same thing applies to this. Once you select it, now this time around we drag outward, not inward again, to create outside contour. So these settings now they apply to the previous ones, they apply to this one. That is why I'm having it like this already with this series of steps. So that is about 16. We can decrease it, and then maybe we increase the steps. Okay, this bring this to page, so I'll be able to see clearly. So now let me increase this one. Okay, let me switch it to inside. Okay, there is also option to center inside and outside. That's what I do with. Okay, how you add it, so we can change color and whatever. So now let's move to this one, blend tool. So this blend tool now blends objects by creating a progression of intermediate objects and colors. So when you select this tool now, you can blend these two objects together. You can see that they have different shape and color. So you can click on this one, drag it to this one now, and we've already blended these two objects together. So they will have a outline like this. So that is if your shape it has the outline, it will also have like this. Or you can remove the outline. Just come here, right click and set outline color. The outline is gone. But let me just undo. So still on the tool, you can adjust these things like this, just the way you want. Okay, so for now, let me keep this one aside first. Now let me bring this one. Okay, so now if I want to blend it now, but I don't want it to be to go straight, I want it to use free and to move it the way I want. I'll hold down my hotkey, click on this and do the way I want before I'll drop it on this one. And you have your shape, and then that's also random steps. Okay, so you can increase the number of steps. You can increase it, and see the size, increase it to whatever you want. And you can also remove the outline as well, and you have it like this. So assuming this one now, okay, assuming this one now, I want it to, let me remove the outline first so that you're able to see. Like I want it to take this shape of this object now. I'll just click on it, go to this one, that is part properties, new part, and you come and click on this one, and you have it like this. So now you can drag it to fit this object like this. Oh, okay, like this to fit this new part now. Once you are done, you can just right click on this and set outline color to none for that line to disappear. You can see what you've changed this to. So this is very okay. So if you need something like this, you can achieve it. And you can also blend other shapes, not just this one. Like this one now, if I should reduce like have several copies of this now I will just select this, okay, click on this and this, and I have it. So like this, I can increase the number of steps, to decrease it, increase it. Here I can switch it, let's see the distance. Okay, so just if you don't want this effect again, just come to this place, clear blend, and then they will give you your original shape again. Even this one now, if you have that option, whenever you have the option, okay, you just have to, you can clear it, clear, and you have your shape back. Okay, so now let's move to the next one, which is okay, distance tool. Transform objects by applying push and pull, deeper or twister effects. Okay, I just look at this shape now. If I should select this tool now, if I should click from the center and drag it towards this side, just look at what it will give me. Let me undo. Let me go again. Let me go to this side this time around. You see? So isn't this beautiful? Let me move it aside. This one now we are next in line. So I can decide to go outside of it this time around to give me a different thing entirely. Let me undo first and have a copy of it. So now let's go again. Okay. Too small. Okay. This one I can choose to go the other side. Okay, like this outside, and see what it's gives me. Okay, so now from here can go to another thing entirely. So you can see that this is amazing. Same thing, you can also play around with the circles. Just push and pull. Okay, and you have it like this. Mm. And the same thing here. Okay, to this side. Okay, and take it outside and see what I have here. So you can just carry them out. Okay, so now the same thing even with this one, and do the same thing to this one and you have it. Okay, so the next tool we have here, the next tool we have here is what is envelope, to change the shape of our edge by applying and dragging the nodes over. So like this test now, if you should select this tool now, envelope tool, and click on this now, so it means that you can drag this node to do something different like this. So you can see now from the normal shape to this now envelope. So that is it. So you can use it to play around with your objects, even at the side. You want it anyhow you want it, you have it. So this is not looking good at all. So this is what I love doing with it. Just this way, the way this one is like this is how I normally manipulate my test tube. Okay, so next one we have here is what S2. So let me go to the next page. So this one now, if I should click on this now, this is a normal rectangle you can see, but look at what it does. Apply 3D effects to objects, create an illusion of depth as if it's kind of a 3D. So now let me click and drag. can see, and you are done. So see what I have now. From now ordinary rectangle. So see what I have now. When I feel it's not showing the way it was before, but you can rotate it. Rotate it. Let's see what we have. And still play around with it. Okay. Okay. So just try it out. Okay. So now we have next one is about block shadow to apply block shadow. So just the same thing. Just click like this, and you have something different like this. First of all, wait. I would love to give this object a color first so that I'll be able to see what I'm doing. And so you can see now. So you can still select this tool and you move this thing to a different location so the gap is much. Make it close, if not it won't look real. It should not make sense if you drag it too far from this object. So this one now, you can change this color of this one to like, so let's say which one, let's pick a color kind of close to this one and see what you have. Okay, see what you have. I will remove the outline. So from normal rectangle to this now, so you can just try it out and see things that you can do with this object, and the same thing you can apply to your text. So the same thing here. So you can also apply it to your text by simply dragging just the way you did for the shape above. You can change the color and change the fill color to just try something like this and change your fill color. You can change your fill color and you can move it to wherever you think is the best. Let's see what you are doing. See what you are now. So you can use this to give like add 3D effect to your shapes, including your text. Just look at it. If you move it around and your object will also rotate. Even though there's another way you can do that, there's also 3D effect options. Now 3D rotates everything, but this one will also give you the same thing. So that is it on how to use effect tools. In our next class, we'll be learning how to use other tools. So see you in our next class.